Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I'm Mike.
I'm Jay.
And this is another Patreon request for our buddy Chuck Fabic, Chuck the Fucker. With our Patreon, you get a whole lot of perks, but the top perk, along with all the other shit, is you get entered into a weekly drawing to pick a movie to review or commentate on of your choice, and Chuck picked a fucking great one. That's a first time watch for me. I've never seen it.
I think I vaguely remember watching it, much like I vaguely remember puking on the side of a highway on Saturday.
That was your birthday, and it was a good time.
It was a good time.
I was unaware that the Retruder were biters.
I looked like Mickey Rourke from The Wrestler afterwards.
You did, I saw it. Ram! The Ram! It's directed by Fred Decker, who also directed The Monster Squad.
Oh my god, dude, The Monster Squad is so, he didn't do much, but The Monster Squad gets him a solid gold. Rock until you drop. He did
an episode of Tales from the Crypt, and he did RoboCop 3, which is his last film he directed. Which, you know, when you direct RoboCop 3, sometimes that could be the last
PG-13 of shit.
But that little guy, we won't talk about that little guy.
So guys, listen, okay? Zombies, exploding heads, creepy crawlers, two douche assholes that think they know what they're talking about, giving you mediocre entertainment. Sounds like a hell of a night. Let's fuck around. It
starts out these little aliens, and they look cool. You can see the little butt cracks.
That's what I was thinking too.
And they're running around. It's like it's a Star Wars thing. It's like you're not gonna let them get away with the pod.
They look like skinless Ewoks.
He sends this thing to the Earth. It's the 50s all of a sudden, and there's this guy going up to this car where these two kids are about to make out, and he's like, Barbara? And then you find out that it was Tom Adkins' character when he was younger, because you have the great Tom Adkins in it, dude. In every role that I know of this guy, Tom Adkins, he's a great man. He likes his alcohol, he gets his women, and he's just a badass fucking dude.
He is always in a perpetual state of stepfatherness.
It's Miller time.
That's it. That was like one of the best lines. They should have used that for the goddamn Miller Lite commercial. Don't go outside for fuck's sake. I don't care.
It's crazy because in Halloween 3, he puts that 6-pack of Miller High Life on the payphone. He's like, I'll call you Monday, Linda. You know that, dude. They looked at Tom Atkins' great filmography. He was amazing in The Fog. He had some twinges of the same character. He's like, yeah, I'm weird. I'm weird. Halloween 3, he was a womanizing drunk doctor who just liked to party with young ladies. And in this movie, he's just a badass detective.
For his performance alone in this movie, you should check it out for sure. Wow. It's a cheesy ass movie. It's meant to be. It's B movie, like the whole idea is B movie on purpose, and it works. You've got basically a very simple plot line here. These killer alien slugs from space are now in 1986 after they cryogenically froze the guy from 59 when it went in his mouth. Thanks.
Like your mouth.
Yeah, it escapes. And what it does, what these leeches or slugs do, is they reanimate the body or corpses and walk around incubating them until they explode and create more. Much like your wiener in the bed. That's
But they also throw a high school Revenge of the Nerds.
That's what I was gonna say. The two nerdy guys in it, I did like them. I mean, they're like, JC was my favorite. He reminded me of like a Ducky or something from like 16 Candles, or just any of those like nerdy, like cool kids that really didn't give a fuck that he was like obviously geeky.
I kept thinking about Fright Night too.
But he was really smart too. And you know, like there's one scene when he makes fun of one of the jocks because his friend won't go. He doesn't have the balls to go over and talk to her. And he's like, "What's your? You have a call, Steve?" And then he's like, I didn't have a call, you're cruising.
I like that guy, dude, because when he comes over here, the guy's like, I didn't have a call, man. I didn't have a call.
Yeah, but he says,
hey, man, don't play around with me, all right?
He's like, you're cruising. There are a few movies that come out that it's just very, very simple to watch and very smooth sailing when you're watching it. You don't have to, like, think about anything other than just enjoying what's happening on the screen. And that's pretty much this movie in a nutshell. Again, it goes back to the 1950s or 60s B-movie shit. They inject some 80s comedy into it, and you got some gold with Tom Atkins, who doesn't give a fuck.
How do you feel about the line, "Thrill me"? Because Tom Atkins' character, like, every time he answers the phone, like when he picks up the phone, he's like, "Thrill me," or when they're about to show him a dead body, he's like, "Thrill me."
I felt like they were trying to sell it really hard.
A little too much, wasn't it?
But I mean, every time I hear "Thrill me," I don't even think of, like, I think of "Thrill me." Kids.
Yeah, you too, from Batman Forever.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it was alright if he had said it a few times.
He kept saying it.
Yeah, but he kept saying it every time, and it was like, God damn, stop now. Just stop it.
Yeah, but dude, he was a true badass. This is right up there with the great Tom Atkins performances of all time. And it's funny because they're releasing the toy that's coming out with the new Blu-ray release, and you can buy the toy, and he's actually got an overcoat on. It's almost Loomis's, and he's holding the shotgun that he holds in this movie. And you could literally buy that toy, and you could pretend that it's Tom Atkins and it would fucking work. Like, he's almost the same character, but I fucking love it.
There are things I got pissed off about. I don't know why, because I know they were going for the cheesy aspect, but like, when Chris gets to the sorority house, when shit really hits the fan and these zombies start attacking, he like gives her the fucking flamethrower for no reason whatsoever, and he's like, "You gotta pull the trigger, pull it, light it up." Like, just bitch, why didn't you keep the flamethrower on?
He had to use a shotgun.
Well, he didn't need to though, because why didn't you just torch him?
Well, I like that when he was running around shooting the shotgun though. He like, there was no kick whatsoever. He was just like bang, bang, bang. Tom Atkins goes inside with all the sorority chicks, which I feel like he did on purpose because he's Tom Atkins. Cool, but you've got the great line where he's like, "Girls, your dates are here," and he's like, "The bad news is they're dead."
It's just like your stepdad, like, that doesn't give a fuck when he's like 5 shots deep on a Sunday afternoon watching football.
Thank God for Father's
Has a
sake.
cigarette hanging out of his mouth, and he's like, "Don't go outside, it'll kill you." I don't care.
The special effects are fucking A to me. Like, you know, for that time, they're all natural. You know, there's no CG in this bullshit. It's all real fucking prosthetic shit, and it's done amazing like that. The creature effects they do, like someone who got a knife or an axe in their head.
That was really good.
Looked like a fucking cantaloupe that had been fucked up. And like, there's little weird scenes, like when someone's about to get in a wreck, you see the claymation and their eyes bulge right before they wreck. They do some really fun, ballsy things with the FX, and the FX right up there with Tom Atkins.
I don't think that was even. I don't think that was an effect. I think that's just normal bus drivers at 3 o'clock in the morning. Like,
when you see a cop behind you and you don't have insurance.
Shit!
Yeah, man, I love the movie. It was like, the best way to explain it is just, it's so easy and fun to watch, and it's a good time, and there's a laugh behind it. It's almost like if they made Repo Man, but totally went away from all the Verhoeven-ish like satire and just made a fun horror comedy. It has that kind of feel to it. It moves, it's smooth, it's fun, it's funny. You got some Revenge of the Nerds.
I also
in there.
like Bradster.
Fucking awesome.
The main bully guy from the frat house. He reminded me of like the generic like bad guys you would fight in Streets of Rage. Like, he had the really bright blonde hair and like, you know, the sunglasses.
Look at that bad guy in Karate Kid too.
Yeah, like, yeah. Put him in a body bag.
They also did the thing with these little, the way the slugs moved was genius, man. They look good as fuck the way these little slugs move. And you know, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, we've done this shit 100 times, but they really added a new spin on it. And the pets, sometimes the things will crawl on the pets, and the pets are all fucked up looking and stuff.
You know what? That dog that's all nasty looking.
Scary.
It is, but that'd be like your stupid fucking girlfriend or your wife be like, "Oh honey, it needs home." Like, what the fuck are you talking about? That shit is possessed by the devil. And it's like, you're like, "I'm not taking that home." She's like, "Oh, but honey, it only needs love." Like, you only need a divorce if we're taking that home.
They did that joke in 2 movies. They did that joke in Orange County when he's inside and John Lithgow's like, "I will eat your face," and he goes back out. The dog's like eating his seats. And then they also did that in Daddy's Home when Mark Wahlberg brings the dog home, but it's got like fucking rabies.
I mean, I'm a dog guy. I love dogs. I mean, I love animals, but the thing is, like, when it's got like an almost bulbous fucking eye that's popping out and it's burying its teeth and blood, it's not a good bet. Don't double down.
Yeah, it looks like Old Yeller in the 3rd act.
I will put that shit down myself, and I don't even shoot guns.
I give the movie an 8.5, strong 8.5. Like, I like the shit out of it, man. It's a really easy watch. It's got amazing fucking horror effects in it. Tom Atkins, it's a great fucking time.
I'm gonna give it like a 7.5. I liked it as much as you did. I'm not as big of a fan of it because, I mean, sometimes maybe I wanted the zombie flesh eating thing. Maybe I wanted something more from it. However, nonetheless, it was still a solid movie. It was better than average. And the fact that you got Tom Atkins to come in and do the role that he did and perform so well, he's the glue that held the whole thing together for me. Like, even though you had the dorky, nerdy guys, and that's cool. For some reason, I've always liked watching movies that are horror related with like the anchor being the nerdy kids or something, like or the outcasts for whatever reason, and they are the ones that become the heroes or whatever it may be. I don't know. I just like that shit. But Tom Atkins is badass in this. The music's very 80s as fuck, and I like that shit too. Just wasn't a fan of some of the things they did with it. However, nonetheless, solid outing. Tom Atkins is forever known as one of the coolest fucking guys forever. And if you ever see him in your local 7-Eleven or your BP or your goddamn Applebee's, you buy that man a fucking bourbon and you make it strong.
Or a 40 at least.
You grab it, 40. You just hold it in a holster.
Yeah, Chuck Fabbitt.
Ducky fucking should live.
Chuck the fuck. Great fucking pick, man. Thank you. I can't believe we've never seen this, man. It's definitely one I'm going to rewatch again and again. If you guys want to get on the Patreon, the link's down below. We love your fucking faces. And if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe button and get some goddamn wham up in you.
Fuck yeah, you are.
Thrill me.
And you're going to love it the fuck out of it. We're going to get in your bungholes and take over your brains, and before you know it, you're going to tell your mom, "Can I borrow the credit card? I'm going to max it on some fucking Molly Hatchet albums."
Don't touch my spaghetti.
watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah. You know what? We did a review. We watched a movie. We watched a movie.